but a lot of entrepreneurs might be listening to this conversation, and it's very difficult to build your first 5 or 10 member team. You talked about the first one. Do you mind sharing how you got other people also, or was it through the accelerator only directly after that?
No, so I think what ended up happening was we moved to the accelerator, the three of us, right? Mitesh, Naina and I.
Yeah.
And we literally just three of us.
How did you get to know about that accelerator?
So it's interesting. I think it's a Canadian accelerator, in partnership with the Zone Startup, with the Bombay Stock Exchange, called the Zone Startups. And I remember reading about it in the press somewhere, and I remember trying to figure out. So I got in touch with the person from Canada on LinkedIn, and I messaged and said, I want to be part of this. So then she introduced me to the people who were running it in India, and I went for an interview, and then we made it. So that's how that happened. Hustling, putting yourself out there, and LinkedIn, and I think we were in a nice space. It was on the 18th floor of the Bombay Stock Exchange, beautiful views of the sea and the ship and the gateway and all the other stuff. But more importantly, a network, right? So there were a lot of other startups there that were amazing ventures, young ventures. So we'd ask their team members, if you were hiring for an Android developer, or if you were hiring for, let's say, a website developer, or we were hiring for a content person, we'd ask through those references. So I think, through referrals is how we made our first set of hires. And another interesting story. So we'd outsourced our website development to this very small website development firm in, I don't know where it was, like really small firm, right? But the person who was actually doing the development for us, right, was this really, really sharp guy.
Yeah.
And we loved working with him. Literally I would sit and work with him, right? His name is Zaheen. And he was very quiet but really talented. So we basically poached him from that place. And he came and joined us, and he's still with us. So
how did you get him out of there?
So it's again very interesting. So we put out a post saying we're looking for a website developer who understands backend and then I think we got an application from him, and we're like, is this the same Zaheen? And then we basically reached out saying, Zaheen, are you interested? Because we are very interested. He's like, yeah, maybe. So then we were like, no, you are to come. So he came, and and then the cool thing was, and I feel really happy for those moments. Again, I think when we went to the Google Accelerator program in the Valley, we were one of the very few Indian companies chosen for it. We actually got Zaheen got his passport made, and he got his visa made for the US. So literally, he didn't have a passport before. He got his passport, and then he got an American visa to make it to the Google program in the Valley, which was amazing, right? So he's come a long way with us as well, as is Naina. So I'm very grateful. I think early teams are special. It's a lot of gratitude I have to them to be part of this journey with us. I'm very lucky to have them.